Howdy, my fellow wooden gassers. You may remember some time ago I did a video putting this big old engine, well, big new engine, on the gasifier frame. You may also remember that it was a real booger to start, and over the 500 hours or so that it's run on this machine, it's become progressively worse. Now, one might claim that wood gas was the cause of that, but I think it's actually a manufacturing fault in the engine, specifically in the cylinder head around the intake valve. So, as I see it, I've got a couple of possible answers to this. I take the engine to bits and repair the cylinder head problems, or I take that engine off and put one of these little fellas on. Now, I've noticed from day one that this little engine, a 7 horsepower one, starts with just a few pulls of the rope without any assistance from accelerants, engine starting spray, things like that. And it works on wood gas or charcoal just as well. So what I've done is I done got me this shiny new generator. It's the same size, it's the same brand, 7 horsepower. And here in New Zealand, these things ain't too expensive. 500 New Zealand dollars. I think that equates to about $17.50 American. Anyway, this little puppy could go on there without too much fuss, and I'll be up and running pert quick like. Now, of course, because this gasifier has saved me heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps all through the winter, as has this one, it was easy to save up the dollars to buy this little puppy. So ain't no problem there. That's the choice I've got to make at the moment. I figure, well, maybe I could start by pulling this engine to bits and taking off the cylinder head and doing some fixing on the intake valve. And if that fixes it, fine, I'll leave it like it is. And if it don't, well, this little puppy goes right on there. Well, it won't actually fit. I've got to cut this, that and the other thing and weld things, but that will save me a whole bunch of TikTok, and I'll be up and running in no time. Sweet as. More to come later, once I get me an answer. I've had no choice but to start the generator. It's being powered by the gasifier over there, as I'm running low on electricity. This being a weekend, the weather's pretty nasty. Typical weekend. What I've done is I've taken the top off this big old engine here to inspect it, and I'm not particularly pleased with what I found. Let's have a look-see, huh? Cylinder head and intake valve. I'll get some light on this to assist visibility. Actual cylinder head itself after 500 hours on wood gas is just fine. Really nothing wrong with it, no burn marks anywhere. Exhaust valve is clean, no burn marks on that, so no problem. But what I did find, if I look closely at the inlet valve, the intake valve, see me if I can focus on this, I'm finding dry spots and wet spots all around. There's a real beauty right there. It hasn't been closing properly. I also notice, if I look closely at it, that the metal it's made from is really porous, which means it's going to leak at the best of times. This would explain why it's so hard to start this engine and that it rains so poorly most of the time. What I also found, when this valve is in place and the engine is assembled, the rocker for the intake side of things was pressed hard against the top of the valve, indicating that it was always threatening to stay open. This became apparent, I noticed, when I started the engine. About 10 or so minutes later, it would start running badly, which would suggest that metal was expanding and pushing even harder on this valve all the time, thereby breaching the combustion chamber. So the plan is to put this valve on the lathe and very carefully grind it back into shape. As judging by this, it's actually out of round as well. So hopefully I can reshape that and put them back together. We'll see about that, won't we? Well, after a bit of fun and games playing around with the valve, I cleaned up the surfaces a little bit. Pretty rough, I have to admit, but you can see all that porous quality to the surface of it. No wonder it's useless. Why do I always get the faulty ones? Anyway, I've had this on the lathe and I reground the surface as best I could with the tools I've got. Now the idea is to chuck it back in there, reassemble the spring and collet assembly, and pour a bit of gasoline or petrol into the intake, see if it leaks out. That'll give me some idea of whether I've got me a seal or not. And if that don't work, maybe I'll do a bit of a valve grind. We'll see how that goes, huh? Okay, here goes. The parts have been assembled back into the cylinder head. And got me some dyno squeezings here. The idea is to pour a little bit down here. See if anything leaks out of there. The exhaust valve good, but well, remains to be seen if the intake valve is good. Here we go. Little bit of dinosaur squeezings. Oops, it's leaking. He done got us a little bit of a leak there. Now whether that's actually a problem, I don't know. But maybe a little bit of a valve grind is in order to fix that. Is it a problem? Yeah, maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Alrighty, I've done a quick valve grind on the intake side of things. This electricity drill came in handy for that because I don't have a proper valve grinding kit. So let's see what happens when I put the dinosaur squeezings in there. Once I get the camera lined up, that is. Right, that'll do. Dinosaur squeezings, in you go. Let's see what comes out now. Oh, that's better. Oh, no, it's not really. It's leaking, but much slower now. Maybe. I think I'll actually go with that. It's not perfect, but it is better. A little bit. If I can't get it working with wood, I'll turn it back into a petrol power generator and use it as a backup system. And then I'll put in this little fella here. Right, time to reassemble this and see what happens. Emphasis on watts here. Right, the cylinder head is reassembled back onto the grunter, and I've adjusted the rocker so it doesn't go shoving itself into the intake valve anymore. Let's have a look. Rather hard to see. Try pressing the starter instead. Right, that's better. It's adjusted so it's a kind of wibbly wobbly instead of being rock hard like it was before. Hopefully that will make a worthwhile difference. We'll see. The engine is reassembled now and I'm pretty much ready to give it a kick. I think I'll use the starter motor as pulling the rope on this 13 HP engine quickly wears you out. Got me a bluey orange flame there. and there's more than enough to get this engine started. We'll see how it works out. As in my observations, I found that this big engine actually uses more wood gas per kilowatt hour than the little fella does. So even if I get this going, I'm thinking that maybe I'm better off anyway to put this little puppy on there. We'll see how that works out. Okie dokie, wish me luck. I'm gonna push some buttons, twiddle some knobs and pray to the wood gas gods for electricities. Alrighty, here we go. You know, this is really tragic. That engine is still cold and it started up straight away. It's actually running better now than it ever did when it was new. Okay, the mixture's all up the chute, but it's actually going. That is so annoying. I bought me a faulty engine. Oh well, at least I got it going now. Oops, I just killed it. Well, that actually started without any assistance from engine start spray. So I'll need to look into this a bit more and maybe fine-tune things here and there and get the best out of this engine. We'll see how that works out over time. Right, this generator is sending about 800 watts to the house right now. Running very smoothly. Frustratingly, it's running better now than it ever has before. That's tragic really, but hey, I'm happy it's getting power. This one can have a rest for a little while and this one can take over until something else goes wrong. She's a bit noisy though, and I think that's because I've made the tappet assembly a bit too loose. They say that a noisy tappet is a happy tappet, but I think this one might be just a bit too happy. Anyway, I'm happy to get electricity out of it. Looks like I better tweak the mixture again though. Shake the hopper maybe. You can see a little bit of steam coming out of there. That's driving moisture off the fuel. What's cool is when I sniff that, there's just no smell coming from the engine exhaust. That is pretty amazing. Indeed, I've been able to work in here for a few hours today with an engine running, and I didn't even die. Pretty sweet, eh? Alrighty, ciao for now. A few hours later, it's still trucking. Going quite nicely, I must say. But my observation is that this uses way more wood for the power it produces than the 7 horsepower engine does when I'm running that on it. So I'm thinking that, yep, even after this little victory, I'm going to take that off and put the small engine on there as I get better economy. It saves me a fortune in treasel, because as you know, treasel is very expensive. It's almost as if it grows on trees, but not quite. So I'm going to keep on going until something breaks. Then maybe when I got me some spare time down the track, I'll take that off, put the small engine on, and repurpose this as a backup generator. After all, it has the luxury of electric start, So I could set it up as a remote application where I just push a button and you get power. That's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment. Alrighty, sharp an hour, my fellow wooden watters. Alright.